Welcome back. You're here for another episode of Ancient Magus Bride. A nice school day, maybe, after that trip into the fog, the place beyond time and everywhere and when. Seeing a bit of Elias's past, his upbringing, getting to know more about the one she's living with. It was nice to see how her impact on him has really paid off, and hopefully the future is going to be just as bright. But now we're heading back into school, so what's going to go on with the students there? Is she going to make many friends? Is anyone going to cause an issue? When's the first big test going to start? Okay, we're just going straight into the opening, no preview or anything. Now, I do like the opening of this. The visuals are quite interesting, but still, I think it was the very first one is still living in my head from season 1. And considering the difference that Chise is now compared to when she first started, where are we going to get at the end of this season? And are we going to get any more added onto the permanent roster of characters that we have in their little family? Is her sleigh biggie? Sorry for a slight cut, I forgot to actually turn subtitles on. Her sleigh biggie abilities and powers are going to be forefront again. Might not be a good idea to ask about that. That phone call. But at least she's awake. I mean, you haven't heard me when I get some scam phone calls. I'm not nice to them. I wonder if she comes out and says a bit about her past and how she got here, if her way of addressing her and thinking about her is going to change all too much. Not quite as spiteful as she first appears. And strangely observant and on the mark for a lot of it. She was kind of asked to just trying to make polite conversation is a little spiky here. She doesn't like to have her words and thoughts dictated for her, which is understandable. Lab coat. Was she assigned a lab coat? Ah, just in there. Maybe maybe look a little harder next time. You're not closing the door. Keep up the jog. Not still in a light run. Giving up too easily. Just because you have to walk next to someone. Well, now you've sparked some interest there. Have you said too much? Well, now how is she going to keep that to herself and not bring it up in a sense? Ah, so you got to have normal kind of. Oh, I don't like the random faces and NPCs and whatnot. But quickly escaping. Yeah. So they've got normal classes like mathematics, maybe geography. What kind of things are they going to learn for the world outside of sorcery? Can you just go work in a supermarket after all of this? Nice and homogeneous brown lunch. Some families. I mean, having St. George as the hunter makes sense, considering the dragon and history there. To keep the memories and history of sorcery alive, and to train the next generation to not make the same kind of mistakes, to have another war and outbreak. Is now is he trying to live up to that family name? Hmm. Okay. There are some questions that you might not want to ask, and apparently some people are more knowledgeable than others. Hmm. Hmm. They really didn't have long to eat, did they? Hopefully not. The class hasn't started yet. Get to ask the source. Look who else you're running into. Not directly, possibly, but there's definitely more going on there. The quickening of the step. Taking of the headphones. That's a crime you can't commit there. And what makes you sense that you do as well, but in a sense, there's certain cases you can make for that. Uh, Having a bad hair day. Oh, I like it. For one, shouting down others and saying that they're a monster. Nice visual representation. Make hair management a little difficult, but and just with a simple removal of the head, keeps sound out. So not only was the earmuffs removed, but also shouting. You're not going to take them? She's not innocent in all of this. Can't get away with doing nothing. But family history and names is quite important, apparently. The fact she's... Really? There's only so many snake things in mythology. They were hunted. Surprised they actually managed to live into the modern-ish day. Their eyes. Oh, so we're still getting the petrification. So what's the hybrid form of this Zoe? What? Why are people in such a rush? A hedge maze? Even one with a strong sense of smell is a bit difficult. Leading them straight to the door. It's not the greatest sense of security. How long would people potentially get lost in here? Would that be a good reason to be late for a lesson? I was in the hedge maze. Failure. The fact that she's not backing down or fearful in any sense there. That's kind of a hungry snake there at the top. Well, I guess apology initially accepted there. Well, now we can get back to the argument at hand before we were turned into the hair snakes. She's just a little understood sometimes. Just if it was actually known, some precautions could have been put in place. I guess that would also make sense with the goggles. Now that they've been caught out and it's been brought to light, might be a little easier talking to Chise now. Is it going to be better on them now that they've able to talk about it properly? A demi-human languages researcher. Okay. Born from an egg. I mean, Gorgon, yeah. Part snake. Between the two sides, being able to control it would be one thing. Sound, sight, smell. Can they somewhat control it? Seems only one strand turned there. Not everyone is like that. Some people can actually try to be civil. He just, needs to get his own shit done. Can't have you moping around all the time. Would be a somewhat decent environment for them. I see. The heightened sense of smell, that would be why I immediately got drawn to them and say, oh, why you're a monster. I mean, well done for keeping it composed for so long then, I guess. Were they interested in something there? I mean, it's not a bad green, I guess. No need to be hiding away. In a world of this understanding, then of course there's going to be people who will be able to get along with a Gorgon. Yeah, true. Elias? So it's more just a personal journey of discovery and understanding there, rather than one for sorcerer's intent. It seems not all sound has been muffled. Again. Answer his questions, or you. So, practicing. I mean, she's got a way to go, though. She's been caught fairly easily. Sometimes science is the best way to get out. You can't get too many answers that way. Can't say anything too wrong, then. How's the tea going for her? Considering she tossed it last time we actually saw. What about if you try to write it with your toes? And rather than telling someone, what about recording it? It's not breaking the contract then. More just a request. Yeah. despite they're now all about someone sneaking in trying to overhear shit. Keeping the door open there while they're doing this contract. I mean, what if they accidentally let it go? Do we have a time limit on this contract? For calling you a monster and the other things that were said on the stairwell. Yes, she's heard and thought worse about herself, to be fair. Well, definitely getting a bit more about the Webster tragedy there, and as if she wasn't already healthy looking enough. Really helping her with issues there with that talk. And with that, they've got certain care they need to take. A division between individuality and adherence to family values and names, history. Creeping Jesus just hiding out in the shadows. Well, there's some comfort. Yep. Look into the future, what you're potentially capable of. Wonder if anything will come between the siblings. And Ancient Magus Bride is this thing where no matter how much or little of an episode you see, it never feels like a full episode. Partly because there's small growths and days and goings about. I can see 4 hours and still feel as though it's just been 30 minutes or 5 minutes and it's been a full episode. But with a contract being made and all of them just going along with it so easily, and how many different pacts can be placed on anyone at any one time, and is it going to be difficult keeping track of all of them? And yes, while we've had Chise now come clean about, oh, haram, she was cursed by a dragon, several other things have happened to her throughout her life, and mostly recently, I think that they need to know about her status as a slay beggy and how many different scents, whether they be delightful or insulting to some senses, does she actually have? And also, just because you're sensing something particular. Jumping to calling your classmates monsters. Probably not the best thing to do when you're holding certain secrets about yourself. But also, considering you've got teachers and lecturers like Elias, you've got the nurse, health person, caterpillar thing. I don't think being human is a prerequisite for this school. So yeah, Gorgons, whatever the hell conglomeration that she says at the minute, and anything in between, well, why would they need to be excluded? And I'm not new to the idea of something like hypersensitivity, but medical headphones? I might be able to get behind that idea. Sorry, I can't hear you. Doctor's orders. And considering that there's starting to open up a bit about families, history, bloodlines, names, past events, and the Webster tragedy, I'm guessing, as was kind of mentioned, the family dying out because of it, because of whatever happened. We might get a few more pupils, their parents, their backstories. Seeing more of the Gorgons wouldn't be too bad. I kind of like that side of mythology. But how it all intertwines, and is the son guilty of the sins of the father? That kind of thing. Just because you're born into a prestigious name or something, do you still hold the same responsibilities as one is trying to break away and become his own person? Maybe not. And even with a family of intelligence gathering, she's definitely got a long way to go. I don't think they'd be particularly proud of her being caught immediately upon trying to pry into a conversation. What exactly is going on there? How much has she been privy to? Sure, you've got an upbringing in a family of like spies and whatnot. Don't think you need to go around every conversation in school trying to pick up tidbits here and there. But like most things, rather than letting it fester under the surface, having Ivy's distrust building and classes being a little tense, getting it brought right out into the open in quite a major bust up, then to be able to be spoken about once tensions and everything has been put out into the open. Good way of dealing with it, actually. Not needing to get any teachers or whatnot involved, no big battle or injuries are present if it had gone on longer. No need for trying to cut each other down to size or anything. No, just initial, what the hell is your problem? Not everything could be solved with snake hair, but I think some things definitely could be. And going forward, is Ivy going to be using the snake eye power, the petrification? Kind of hope so. Seems useful. But we'll see. If you have enjoyed Ancient Magus Bride and you want to see more, let me know. If you leave a comment down below telling me some things that you would like to see, what kind of mythological beast you'd want to run into. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. Maybe jump onto my Discord, but for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. Try not to cause any fights unnecessarily. I'll see you in the next one.